Hey guys, this is Dr. Sandy with your weekly health tip. We are on Facebook and YouTube and we're going all over the place. And I have to tell you, I love doing this. I think as a chiropractor, I love working with the patients, having them come in, physically work with them, guide them, and help them. I like that part of what I do, but I really also love inspiring people. And whether you're a patient, whether you're not a patient, if you're another part of the world, even if you're listening to this, if you can walk away with one nugget, one piece of information that makes your day better, I've done my job and I love that. So one request I had from one of our long-term patients, and he's been great, he's consistent, he's gotten great results in our office. I offer classes at the end of the month that are over and above chiropractic and sometimes related, sometimes there's overlap, but just more education, almost reading, learning, and I want to share that with my patients. So I had a class a few weeks ago called Power Mind, and the topic of this class was mental toughness. So, my own journey when I think about it growing up, I was really into let's be positive, let's think the best things and do those kind of things. And, if we're positive enough, we can avoid stress. And as you get older and you go through life and family stuff and with your friends and all these other kind of things, you start to realize, man, life it's going to hit you. And you just need to be prepared for it. And if you are thinking, man, stress doesn't apply to me and everything, maybe you know something I don't, but 99.9% of us at some point in our life get exposed to stress. And I always tell my patients two types of stress. One would be that, hey, Dr. Sandy, there's something I'm concerned about in the past, there's something I'm worried about the future, something I'm still dealing with. Sometimes it's like your life is perfect, but it's someone around you, like a family member that can stress you, or a friend is going through something, or something at work. And then the other type of stress, which we're seeing a lot in North America right now, is just being super busy. So we're seeing patients where things are great, but by the time they finish their work, get off that laptop, spend time with the kids, clean the house, and do all this, then on the weekends, get your errands done, do your grocery shopping, it's just wow, that itself is demanding. I also look at the way the body and the human mind is, and things just move faster. I love living in North America. Canada is awesome, but man, things are moving fast, and we're actually, forget about North America, around the world, things are just moving faster than ever, and we need to be healthier than ever to adapt to those changes so we can look at those things and enjoy it and not feel overwhelmed, which is also a sign of stress. So what are the top 9 things we can actually do to be mentally tougher, to have a power mind? So I'm going to go through this list. They all start with the letter F. So the number 1 would be faith. So regardless if your background is Christian, Hindu, Jewish, Sikh, Muslim, however you practice, it's totally your business. You know how to do that. Maybe you're on a spiritual journey, you're still studying different faiths, that is your business. I'm saying make time for your business. Maybe you attend a church or synagogue or a temple, great, or you go to a mosque, fantastic, but can you go more often? Can you get more engaged? Maybe at the end of your night, instead of half an hour of TV, half an hour read some scripture. And when we do this, and whatever works for you is great, mentally, when I've studied mentally tough people, they seem to be very, very grounded in their faith, which is huge. Let's say you're listening to this and you're like, I'm still exploring, Dr. Sandy, I don't know if I'm into that spiritual stuff. Make time for deep breathing, journal and read something even motivational or inspirational. You need to feed the mind daily. I've had some people say, oh, you're always learning, you're doing this stuff, and when can you stop? Well, you don't. Even for me, I consider myself a very, very positive person, which my dad really taught me. But every day, I just nourish myself, nourish that mind, nourish the mind. Just, it's a muscle. You got to exercise it. So I'll listen to things inspirational. I'll read something inspirational. It's an absolute rule. I'll go on YouTube. I'll look at social media, something inspirational, positive, someone I respect, a leader, someone who's made a difference, a legacy. Sometimes that inspiration comes from a patient, to be honest with you. But we need to have some kind of spiritual practice for faith. And number 2, focus. You have to have laser focus. So what that means is that you have to have a target. You want to get healthier, you want to be more successful, whatever it is. There's tons of distractions, and here's a big thing, and I want you to write this down. Successful people say no most of the time. So write that down, and it sounds like it doesn't make sense. What did he just say? Successful people say no to a lot of things and yes to a few things. They are very clear about their objective. And they're diplomatic, they talk to people, but they know exactly what they want to achieve, and that means maybe missing late night parties, not drinking during the week, having bad habits. They're focused, they're disciplined, but they say no to a lot of opportunities. They say yes to a few things, and then amazing things happen. Number 3 is foundation. So what that actually means is that who are you hanging out with? And who are you hanging out with who do you listen to on your iPod or in the car? So I'm always listening to leaders, health experts. I'm always learning. So I consider them kind of like, my friends or mentors if you want. And then your real friends, like, do you hang out with people who lift you, who inspire you, who make you mentally strong, or do you feel like you're drained constantly? Now, the reality is you'll have some friends and that's easier to do. What do you do if it's in your own family? What I'd recommend is best you can, change that conversation. If it's going in a negative direction, try to change it, inspire them, and just maybe one day have a conversation and go, man, I love and respect you so much, and I enjoy our friendship. I enjoy you being my spouse, my parent, my brother, my sister, but let's change the tone. Let's just make this better. I'm here for you. Let's just focus on the positive. Because when I've seen mentally tough people, they focus on the positive. They have a healthy foundation. They have a healthy team of people, whether it's their family or friends or a mix, they have that team mentally tough. Next would be taking care of the nervous system on a regular basis. So taking care of the brain and nervous system, not just for pain. And this is a big concept, guys. Of course, we want to help people in pain, but regular care of the brain and nervous system. This controls every muscle, every organ. It's responsible for repair in the body on a regular basis, getting the spine corrected, adjusted, making sure there's no pressure on that network so you can have optimal health is huge for mental toughness. Another thing as well is food. So I could go on and on about it. The simple answer I'm going to go with food is basically eating more real food, raw food, food from God, food from Mother Nature. So that would be things like mostly veggies, a little bit of fruit, obviously nuts, obviously if you're not allergic to those kind of things, healthy proteins, but eating real food, minimizing processed food. And I wish I could tell you my diet was perfect. It's not, but I'm trying. I have certain standards now. I have a shake every morning. I always do that. But food is huge. When you're eating the right foods, you're mentally tougher. If you're constantly eating processed food, junk food, fast food, mentally, it will affect your weakness. It makes the mind weaker. Next would be fuel. So the big thing for fuel would be water. Water is essential. And next to water, another go-to drink I'd highly recommend, and make sure your house is stocked with this stuff, is coconut water. Coconut water is fantastic. It's very replenishing from the body. It has healthy nutrients in the body that the body needs, loaded with potassium, magnesium, great stuff for the body. So please make that part of your diet as well. Number 7 would be fitness. Fitness means we got to exercise, you got to move. Now, everyone listening is at a different level. For some people, it's just stretching. That's all they can do. For some people, it's a 5-minute walk. Awesome. Whatever you can handle. But working with your healthcare practitioner, obviously, listening to your gut feeling every day, just trying to move, doing what you can. And then you have the high performance people. People are working out 4 times in the gym. I would challenge you to go for 5, or maybe the time you're going to the gym, make it more intense, work on the system to make it better. And again, when we are physically strong through fitness, mentally, you get much stronger and tougher as well. Number 8, which is probably one of the biggest things for mental toughness, and it sounds counterintuitive, you need to be fresh. And how do we stay fresh? You need to get enough sleep. That's the reality. So sleep is huge. If you feel like you're getting highly stressed, the first thing I would do is increase your sleep time. Sleep is the time where the brain processes things. It can actually handle things. It problem solves. You get up in the morning, you have a solution. It's time for the brain to kind of reboot itself, register. It incubates certain issues, but it's absolutely huge. And then the last thing for mental toughness, which may surprise you, is you got to have fun. So what that basically means is that you need to take breaks. You need to, party obviously in a healthy way. You need to do the right things. You need to take mini vacations. If you can go to Hawaii, awesome. If it means a trip to, your local park, and even staying at home and chilling, or maybe, playing video games with your kids or doing something like that. But making time for fun is essential. If you're really tight on time, you should know your favorite songs and then listen to it on the computer, listen to it on your phone, whatever. You should have your set songs that if you're so tight, at least that's like a mental break. And that keeps the mind mentally strong as well. So I'm going to quickly review that. That's faith, focus, foundation, function, food, fuel, fitness, fresh, and fun. These are the 9 key components. If you came to the class, you can review it. If you didn't come to the class, we'll be offering this class in the future. I'd love to see you there. And the last thing I'll say is end of this month in May 2017, I'm gonna have my next class, which is Power Foods, nutrition, ideas, diet plans, things like that. And I'm calling it Power Foods. I've had classes where it's Power Weight Loss. I think everyone, if we eat the right foods, good things will naturally happen. If someone's undernourished, they'll get back closer to their set point. If they're slightly overweight, get them back to that set point. But if we put the right foods in the body, I think naturally we'll get to that optimal level of health. So I'd love to see you there. This is a longer video than usual, but I hope you got a lot of juicy information. If you liked it, please share with your friends. Please give me a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. Please leave some great comments, and love you guys, and I'll be here next week. Thank you.